science students, welcome to our subject, machine learning. In this subject, we introduce the core idea of teaching a computer to learn concepts using data without being explicitly programmed. This subject covers the following topics. First is the introduction to machine learning. Second, linear regression with one variable. Third, linear algebra review. Fourth, Octave MATLAB tutorial. Fifth, logistic regression. Sixth, regularization. Seven, neural networks representation. Eight, neural networks learning. 9, advice for applying machine learning. 10, machine learning system design. 11, support vector machines. 12, unsupervised learning. 13, dimensionality reduction. 14, anomaly detection. 15, recommender systems. 16, large-scale machine learning. And the last one is application example, the photo OCR. Okay, so let's proceed with our first topic, which is the introduction to machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is the study of computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience. It is seen as a subject of artificial intelligence. Machine learning algorithms build a mathematical model based on sample data known as training data. In order to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed to do so, machine learning algorithms are used in a wide variety of applications, such as an email filtering and computer vision, where it is difficult or infeasible to develop conventional algorithms to perform the needed tasks. Okay, as a simple definition for machine learning, it is an application of artificial intelligence or yung tinatawag nating AI that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use to learn for themselves. Machine learning is also the process that powers many of the services we use today. Recommendation systems like those on Netflix. Are you familiar with Netflix? How about YouTube and Spotify? Search engines like Google and Baidu. Social media feeds like Facebook and Twitter. Voice assistants like Siri and Alexa. There are two definitions of machine learning that are offered. Arthur Samuel described it as the field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. This is an older version, informal and an informal definition. While Tom Mitchell provides a more modern definition. That is, a computer program is said to learn from experience, or what we call E. Pwede natin i-represent yun using the letter E with respect to some class of task or capital letter T and performance measure na nire-represent using capital letter P. If its performance at task in T as measured by P improves with experience E. Okay, so this is an example. The playing checkers. E, what is the experience? That is the experience of playing many games of checkers. The T or the task is the task of playing checkers, and P is the probability that a program will win the next game. In general, many machine learning problems can be assigned to one of two broad classifications. Those are the supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Okay, in supervised learning, the most prevalent, the data is labeled to tell the machine exactly what patterns it should look for. Think of it as something like a sniffer dog that will hunt down targets once it knows the scene you're telling the algorithm. It's after. That's why you're doing when you press play on a Netflix show. You're telling the algorithm to find similar shows. In supervised learning, we are given a data set and already know what our correct output should look like, having the idea that there is a relationship between the input and the output. Supervised learning problems are categorized into two: the regression problems and the classification problems. In a regression problem, we are trying to predict results within a continuous output. Meaning, we are trying to map input variables to some continuous function. In a classification problem naman, we are instead trying to predict results in a discrete output. In other words, guys, we are trying to map input variables into discrete categories. Here is a description on math span on continuous and discrete data. No? Okay. So, let's cite another first example. Given data about the size of houses on a real estate market, try to predict their price. Price as a function of size is a continuous output. So this is a regression problem. We could turn this example into a classification problem by instead making our output about whether the house sells for more than or less than the asking price. Here we are classifying the houses based on price into two discrete categories. Okay, so sabi ko nga kanina, there are two categories, the regression and the classification. Regression, given a picture of male and female, we have to predict his or her age on the basis of given picture. So there's a picture, and then it's either male or female, and then ipipredict natin kung siya ay male or female. Kung nakikita niyo yung kapag nag-selfie tayo, nakikita niyo, di ba, pag inano natin tong sa camera natin, meron doon feature sa camera natin, na kapag hinarap natin yung camera, nag-selfie tayo, may kita doon kung kunwari, parang huhulaan ng camera, nung sa cellphone natin, kung tayo ay male or female, and then kung ano pa nga yung age natin, di ba? Okay, so letter B, classification. Given a picture of male or female, we have to predict whether he or she is a high school, college, graduate age. Another example for classification, banks have to decide whether or not to give a loan to someone on a basis of his credit history. Yan. Dun sa una, sa regression, kapag nagpakita ng picture, either male or female, ipipredict lang kung kunwari ay ano yung age nung pinakita dun sa picture. Base dun sa picture, isasabihin niya kung anong age niya. Pero dun sa classification naman, so magpapakita uli ng picture, and then ipipredict kung siya ay kung siya ay high school, kung siya ay college, graduate age, at saka kung kunwari, mag-loan, nakatry na ba kayo mag-loan, kunwari sa mga co-op, o kaya ay sa bangko. And then, the bank will decide kung i-approve or not your loan depending on the credit history. On your credit history. Okay. For the unsupervised learning, the data has no labels. The machine just looks for whatever patterns it can find. This is like letting a dog smell tons of different objects and sorting them into groups with similar smells. Unsupervised learning techniques aren't as popular because they have less obvious applications. Interesting, they have gained traction in cyber security. Traction in cyber security. Okay. Unsupervised learning allows us to approach problem with little or no idea what our results should look like. We can derive structure from data where we don't necessarily know the effect of the variables. We can derive this structure by clustering the data based on relationships among the variables in the data. With unsupervised learning, there is no feedback based on the prediction results. Kunwari, there is no teacher to correct you in unsupervised learning. Okay, this is an example. Clustering. Take a collection of 1,000 essays on the U.S. economy and find a way to automatically group these essays into a small number that are somehow similar or related by different variables, such as word frequency, sentence length, page count, and so on. Ano po? Doon naman sa non-clustering, are you familiar with the cocktail party algorithm? So, dito sa algorithm na to, sa cocktail party algorithm, we can find structure in metadata, such as the identification of individual voices and music from a mesh of sounds of a cocktail party. So, kung na-experience ninyong mag-attend sa isang cocktail party, so, ma-experience ninyo yung cocktail party algorithm. Paano? Ano ba yung cocktail party effect? Ito muna. The cocktail party effect is the phenomenon of the brain's ability to focus one's auditory attention. It is an effect of selective attention in the brain on a particular stimulus while filtering out a range of other stimuli. As when a party-goer can focus on a single conversation in a noisy room. So, di ba, habang tumataas yung intake natin ng alcohol, parang may tama na, di ba? So, ang mangyayari nun, parang kung ano lang yung parang nagkakaroon tayo ng interest, dun lang tayo nag-focus. Okay. Listeners have the ability to both segregate different stimuli into different streams and subsequently decide which streams are most pertinent to them. Thus, it has been proposed that one's sensory memory subconsciously parses all stimuli and identifies discrete pieces of information by classifying them by salience. This effect class is what allows most people to tune into a single voice and tune out all others. Kasi nga, tumataas na yung alcohol content o yung dun sa cocktail party. Siyempre, anong gagawin mo? Siyempre, iinom ka, di ba? So, this effect is what allows most people tune in a single voice and tune out all others. It may also describe a similar phenomenon that occurs when one may immediately detect words of importance originating from unattended stimuli. For instance, hearing one's name among a wide range of auditory input. inability to segregate stimuli in this way is sometimes referred to as cocktail party problem or yung tinatawag din natin guys na cocktail party deafness. Yan. So, yung mga nakaka-experience nyo dyan mag-inom, di parang mabivisualize nyo na what are the experiences kapag ikaw ay nasa cocktail party. Okay, so that's all for today and I hope na intindihan natin what is the meaning of or the definition of machine learning and what are the differences between the supervised and unsupervised learning. Okay, goodbye class, see you next meeting.